What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with another 6-ring Siege video for Danmachi Memoria Freeze. We gotta talk about the Demi-Spirit Tria. This Demi-Spirit has made me do something I thought I'd never do, and that is outfit everybody on the team. Let me go ahead and grab the team here. Outfit everybody on the team, with the exception, obviously, my Sax, with poison anklets. Man, let me tell y'all, the poison in this one is as real as I have ever seen poison. In fact, way worse than I've ever seen poison. I want to say it's like a 50% poison. It is insane. It is insane. It's not even that this particular unit hits hard. It's not anything of that nature. It literally is just that ridiculous poison. So, number one, whatever you do, outfit poison anklets. Number one. Now, I will emphasize that is mostly because of my units being fairly low level, with the exception of Alan. But even Alan succumbed. I think actually the only unit that survived was hilariously the +2 Filvis. I think she was the only one that actually survived the initial onslaught. So, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Filvis. We're going to this is a more recent one. Single target, very good unit. We are going to bring in, of course, Haruhime for the early defensive buff and for her SA Gauge charging. We're going to bring in Short-Haired Leafia. Now, Short-Haired Leafia is an absolute boss at this event. She's going to reduce Thunder Resist down 60%, but you'll see there is a little overlap there, but we'll get to that here in a moment. We are also going to bring in the Hero Festa Allen. Hero Festa Allen is going to be amazing at this. And then finally, we're going to bring in this Osphie. Now, I'll talk about the other sack here in just a moment, but really, you already kind of know what she's there for. So, Osphie is kind of interesting here, because Osphie will reduce physical and magic resist down 50%, but also thunder resist down 50%. And as you can see, there is a wee bit of overlap on that. So, when it comes to this event, we're really going for a quad SA. And what I think I might do is I might do just an early SA to buff everything else, but we'll kind of get to that as we go. Now, assist-wise, once again, we're running the Slowkey for the SA Gauge charge and all of her other buffs. We're running Felice for her single target. I am aware that a lot of people probably don't have this Felice. She was from a prior anniversary event, so if you don't, just run somebody that does single target debuffing. So it says single target damage plus 25%. Technically, because it is 25% to the opponent, that I would consider that more of a debuff than a buff. And I will be running Hephaestus here. Hephaestus will do physical and magic resist plus 20%. Any little bit of physical and magic resistance to our allies will help out immensely, especially on the units that are a little bit more, or a little bit less hardy, I guess I could say. Now, then I will be running this Argo, it's a more recent Argo, light resist and thunder resist down 20%. Argo is a physical unit, and our only physical units here are going to be Alan and Osphie. So really, Alan being our main DPS, he's going to be kind of our first choice for that. Once again, just like before, I am running Seer. Seer is going to go ahead and do Strength and Magic down 17%. I do have a 20% unit, but the honest answer here is you guys want to know where to fit assists when they're not fully max limit broken. And the best place to do that is as a sack. All your mainline ones should be limit broken. But sacks, they can be, level 60 like she can. So the funny part is, while I do have some level 20s that are maxed out, she's a level 25, it's not going to be that big of a deal. The level 60 will be fine here, because the amount that everybody else is going to kind of debuff will be, more than adequate. Finally, I'm using Nagisa. Now, Nagisa is an interesting choice. She's from a prior crossover. She does thunder attack damage 20%, and that's the main thing. You don't have to have this exact unit, but you do have to have somebody that will buff the thunder attack damage. You need that person on the back side. Now, you'll notice that I'm not reducing the physical resist. I'm not reducing the magic resist, because we're not here to produce damage. What we're here to do is reduce incoming damage to the point at which we can kind of, for lack of a better way to put it, survive the event. Because once again, with these teams, we're not looking for the S clear. We're just looking to get a cheap and easy clear on the event itself. So let's kind of rush in. Now, our opponent doesn't, once again, not reduce physical or magic resistance, so we don't need to worry about that. Thunder resistance will be down 70% with all the debuffing we're doing. She is natively deficient to Thunder anyway, because it's what's recommended here. So I'm going to open up with skill 1 with literally everybody. So, main reason here, Strength and Magic down 40%, goes ahead and starts the single target plus 30%, 4 additional actions, damage 40%. Basically, her extra action is mainly where she's going to produce damage, which is kind of hilarious, but it is her build. Haruhime, I've covered her on literally every other one, but we're going to do her skill 1. We're also going to do skill 1 here and skill 1 here. If you kind of want to know why, magic resist down 40%, all target damage plus 40%, 4 additional actions, mid thunder magic attack 40% per each self-strength magic buff. So another one of those units that's going to do most of her damage on her extra action. And Alan, well, he just does everything under the sun. He literally does like a billion things. It's really crazy. So we don't have anybody on this team, though. And this is the one big caveat to this team. We do not have anybody on this team that will essentially reinitiate debuffs. So we're going to have to reinitiate those debuffs at a regular schedule. So we're going to have to keep on that. So turn 2, let's go ahead and take a look at what debuffs are in place. We got Strength and Magic down 40%, 1 unit resist down 30%, Agility down 40%, Thunder resist, Magic resist, and all unit resist. So essentially all the major debuffs get put on with skill 1, and that's great because skill 1 is what we essentially are going to rebuff whenever somebody runs out of their extra actions. So we're going to move on to skill 2. SA gauge charge 100% for her, allies 30% HP heal, which would be really nice. Winnie's going to come in, do her skill 2. She'll do a physical resistance debuff. She'll do an HP regen buff. Great unit, fantastic. She's going to get us through the early part of the game. Then we'll go ahead and do skill 2 here as well. Thunder attack damage 100% for her, which was really nice. And Alan, who's going to go ahead and do physical resistance and HP regen guard. Counter rate, heal rate down 50%, self-strength and penetration rate 70%. So the main thing is most of those debuffs, actually, like I said, they occur on skill 1 with everyone, where essentially in 3 or 4 turns anyway, we're going to have to rebuff their extra actions. So, it is what it is. So let's take a look at the debuffs once again. So now we got Strength and Magic down 40%, 1 unit resist plus 30%, Agility down 40%, Thunder attribute resist down 40%, Guard rate, counter rate, heal rate, physical resist, magic resist, all of that good stuff. Some of that's relevant, some of it isn't. Looking at you, heal rate, but it doesn't really matter. We're just kind of wiping out our opponent's ability to do much of anything. So now in comes Osvi. Now we could debuff with Osvi, but actually it's really not a bad idea. Because it would allow everyone to do a whole ton of damage going in early. Osvi doesn't have a lot of buffs right out of the gate. She will buff herself in Thunder, so we'll actually... the funny part is a lot of her actions are really kind of redundant. So, Strength and Magic down 45%. We already have 40%. It's not that big of a deal. Strength Agility, 65%. And for 3 turns, Mid-Thunder physical attack. She's good. I would not call her a DPS, but I'm going to hold off for now doing her SA. Now, this SA does allies magic 120% with SA gauge charge 33%. Actually, I'm going to falter on that. I'm going to default to that, I guess I should say. Because, hopefully I don't falter on this. Because 2 units, half of my team does magic, so that's going to really buff our damage. And those 2 are really kind of our main damage output units anyway. Plus, Osvi doesn't have an SA gauge charge buff, so this is really going to help her out. Finally, we're going to go ahead and do the big single target with both of these guys. And yeah, pretty much that's that. Now, most everyone here being a simple 1-2-3 build, I mean, skill 1, skill 2, and then skill 3 for the single target. They're going to make this exceptionally easy. But on turn 4 is where we need to start looking at those extra actions and seeing if we need to rebuff them. So, thankfully we haven't taken a huge amount of damage, and that's great because if we didn't have those poison anklets, we would be in a world of hurt right now. Turn 5 would pretty much be the end of the road if we didn't have poison anklets. Believe me, I've done too many runs on this to sit there and go, why are we dying? Oh yeah, 50% poison. So, we'll go ahead and jump in here. Now, I want to look at extra actions. So, Mace's Pain, we got 3 turns left on that. So, I can just go ahead and continue on with her skill 3. Let's see. So debuff-wise, everybody actually looks pretty good here. So we'll go ahead and do her skill 2, which is fairly redundant, but actually, physical resist down 35%. I think we have physical resist down 40%, don't we? But I think that might have actually been put on by Winnie and might have fallen off by now. So we'll go ahead and reinitiate that there. And then when it comes to her, let's see. A lot of her buffs and stuff are getting ready to run out. Double Cannon runs out next turn. So I'll go ahead and do her single target here. Alan, I think, is in the same boat. No, Swiftgear does need to be rebuffed, so we'll go ahead and do that. All right. So pretty straightforward stuff. Main thing we got to keep... Okay, so she actually literally just removed all of her debuffs. So that means on the next turn, we are going to have to reinitiate all of those. They've all got to get put back in play. All right, so... And like I said, I've really never gotten past this just because of all the poisons. So now we are back to square one. So we'll go ahead and reinitiate everything here. And that's kind of okay. Really, since, I've now discovered that, the honest answer is I can actually wait and do Alan's skill 1. I can do his skill 3 an extra turn, then do his skill 1 on turn 5. I think that'll be more than adequate. Ooh, here comes an SA. Okay, did nothing. Great. So now I'm going to go ahead and use skill 2 with her to... I'm going to do skill 2 here with Filvis to go ahead and get some healing out. She is our main healing unit. Let's see. I don't think the physical resistance is in play. It actually is, so we're good there. So we can go and do her skill 3. And let's see. Agility, Thunder, and Dex. Nope. Remove status debuffs. I don't think she has any. She does not. So we're going to do her skill 3. And then Alan. We could do guard rate, counter rate, heal rate down 50%, but I don't honestly think we need to. I don't think it's that detrimental. So I think his skill 3 would be the next best option. So there we go. Now, we might actually use Filvis's skill 2 for a couple of turns just because we really do need that healing. And we don't really have a lot of HP regen outside of that, so that might actually wind up being our big thing here. Her single target is beautiful and wonderful, but I really, really, really need to heal my team. So we're going to kind of do this all over again. Everybody big single target except for Filvis, who is going to utilize her heal skill to kind of keep everybody, out of the weeds, so to speak. And the main reason I want to emphasize that we're doing really this portion of it is mostly just because when it comes to Filvis's attack, it's a very good attack. Everybody's pretty set here, but I don't want to lose anybody. I want to keep everybody in extremely good health, so I think this is going to be paramount. So here we go. 2 turns left on Maze's Pain. Let's see. 1 turn left on Discharge, so we can go ahead and rebuff that. Though I do think, once again, we will probably wind up having to buff it again here shortly. Let's take a look at the debuffs. Debuffs all look gorgeous. I said we didn't have anybody rebuffing those, but maybe somebody does it with their passive, and I missed it. So we've been pretty good there. Let's see. 23 turns left on damage. I read up. That's crazy. Double Cannon has 2 turns left, and Swift should probably have 1 turn. Yep. So we'll need to rebuff Swift here, but we can't because of his MP. Interesting. So I didn't notice that he was running out of MP. Do we not have somebody that restores MP? That actually may be a big Achilles heel on this team. Thought we did have some MP restoration. Apparently not. That's fine. That's fine. We'll keep building up, and if he just has to do his essays, that is what it is. I really thought we were better off in MP than that, but it is what it is. Again, we're not going for a quick takedown here. What we're really going for more than anything else is she removed a bunch for debuffs. Or maybe some just expired. So physical resist, 1 unit resist, strength and magic down. I think all the important ones are here. I think all the important ones are pretty much here. So Maze's Pain, we'll rebuff that. Discharge just got rebuffed, so we'll go back to single target. We'll have to rebuff that, and then he's down to that. So I think, honestly, what's going to happen here, we're probably going to do a triple essay. Well, actually, I think if we save for the quad, I'm in debate if saving for the quad is intelligent, but I'm going to do it anyway. I just kind of feel... Yeah. Alan being out of MP is a bit problematic, but I do kind of feel like we're going to get the quad here shortly, and when we do, I think that'll be plenty adequate. Ooh, that's a big hit. All right. Turn 11. So actually, I'm going to do the triple here. I'm going to go over Osvi, and I'm going to do... I'm not going to do Osvi's triple or Osvi's essay just because, while it is a debuff, I don't think it's going to be super important. I think everybody else is going to hit so much harder, it's just going to be kind of a moot point. Nice, 3.11 mil. 3.9. I expected a little more. Maybe if we had a little more SA charging on this team or something of that nature. Okay. That was weird. All right. Okay, turn 12, so we can just go do everyone's single target. And he does have MP restoration, so maybe building his MP regen a little bit in further would be worthwhile. But we got a turn 12 kill, and it was a very clean kill. Probably could have meant that to get a little sooner kill, but we did get turn 12, so we got an A clear out of that. But we didn't have anybody with a killer skill. But so if you have somebody with a killer skill, you already know you're going to be better off. But for now, there you guys go. Pretty clean clear. A clear on that. So if you haven't already, go through here, get your free Iris. And of course, if you can do the EX, you can easily do the very hard of the hard of the normal. So, like, comment, and share. I'll be back with more Danmachi Memorial Freeze coming up for you guys here really soon.